fall to Bailey warriors brave. Every thought we give and save. In the ring we stand tall, words are blades that never fall to bait like warriors brave. Every thought we give and save. Through the noise we cut clean, spirited mind sharp and keen. With a spark that lights the night, join us in this epic fight. Welcome to the Spartan Arena, where minds clash and thoughts clean. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance in this arena. There's no chance to escape the fight by law. Dive in deep and search for more. From heartfelt talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome to the Spartan Arena, where minds clash and thoughts clean. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance in this arena. There's no chance to escape the fight by law. Dive in deep and search for more.
What is going on, everybody? We're back at another stream, another live. Of course, you know where you're at. You're at a Spartan NC Network. I'm your host, the Spartan, aka Peter. Tonight, we're going to have a conversation about privacy versus transparency. When I was younger, I felt transparency was the best route to do. Be open and honest. But I learned over the years it's better be a little more private and open up very slowly. But before we get into it, guys, let's get my team in here. Let's get my guys in here. Of course, from the UK, we're talking about my man, Greg.
Sound stopped. Yeah, your sound went off then.
What's up, man?
Your sound went off for a minute then.
Yeah, my system's glitching for some reason tonight. I gotta figure that out. All right, guys. The next person in, he's need no introduction. We call him the president.
Holy shit. Ow. That actually hurt my wrist.
I think you like hurting yourself, dude. That's why.
That's part of
The
the show.
president. How are we doing tonight?
I'm doing okay. I was working on Thursday night show, just putting some slides together for that event. So yeah, just trying to get ahead of things.
Still handsome as ever, Paul.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Peter, I thought you weren't going to shave your beard. Come on. You promised me you wouldn't.
I do what I want when I want. Nobody can tell me what to
come
do.
on. I wanted to hug up with that nice beard that you had.
I just buzzed it off. I didn't shave it a couple of.
I'm playing.
But anyway, so let's start with you, Greg. What do you think? Privacy versus transparency. Which one you're more prone
Privacy. I root for privacy. I love my privacy.
Okay. What about
Well,
you?
You say that like Americans do. Privacy.
no, I actually prefer privacy because growing up, I
No, I'm
had
saying you
little
say the word I'm saying the word privacy. You say it like an American. I thought British was like privacy.
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 I don't care. Privacy. I've always said privacy. Why would I want to change? I
That
already.
must be for those in the
I'm already
in the I
rooting for
guess in the
myself
House
to
of
go more
Commons.
American.
I guess the British is a little more eclectic there. But every time I hear someone speaking from Parliament, it's like the privacy of the people. That kind of stuff.
Screw Parliament. Um, I'm not even going to go down that. I'm not even going to open
No,
that can of worms.
I'm just having fun with you.
Because I could go for hours. But anyway, yeah. Privacy, growing up, I never had any privacy at all. From my brothers, my mum, my stepfather, I had nothing. I couldn't even bring a bloody girl and sneak her in my room or whatever. They literally, no knocking, they just walked straight into my room. I had no privacy living here. So now I live in blackout windows. So, and I'm not kidding. Blackout
All right,
windows.
here we go to the fucking jokes. So Anton is asking me personally, what happened to my face? Do I lose a bet? No, I did not lose a bet. I just felt
It actually makes you look more intelligent.
I thought it makes him look older.
You got to catch the movie. Catch the movie reference. Anton, what did I just say? Put the reference in the chat if you know what I'm talking about.
everybody has jokes tonight. Everybody has jokes. All right, Paul, you're up, man. What do you think? Privacy versus transparency?
I mean, situational. I mean, I'll say this. I think being more transparent did a lot for my confidence. It did a lot for like my swag, so to speak. It helped me a lot in dating. And it just allows me to navigate more freely. I think that the whole privacy thing, you expend so much energy trying to maintain privacy. Like after a while, it becomes like inefficient after a while. You know, it's like you're spending money for all this security apparatus, right? Like from an IT perspective. You got firewalls and you got all these other things and 128-bit encryption and or 256, whatever they got going on now. All these secrets and whatnot. And, you know, I'm not saying there's not a time and place for that, especially when you're operating in a world that is adversarial to you or potentially has to be adversarial to you. But in terms of just on a day-to-day, living a free life that's just open, it also helped me love myself more, I think. Because there were certain things, for example, and I've talked about in the last couple of years, I've been pretty transparent on this show about my life, my personal life, things that I might not have been back in the day, I might have been ashamed to talk about because it was like family business or it was private, the stuff that was going on with my mom, stuff that was going on with my dad. And the embarrassment that could be associated or how people may feel embarrassed about that kind of thing, trying to hold all that weight. And I think at this point in my life, there's no weight, there's nothing to hold down. I mean, I'm in IT, they used to call it WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. And that's a very liberating thing. My handle on most of my stuff is my name. I don't use some crazy titles or anything like that. I'm Paul Bennett on my Instagram, on my LinkedIn account, on my Facebook. I mean, I just live a very open, transparent life. Now, again, I'm not going to go over there and give you my social security number or my credit card information. I mean, that's certainly not up for public consumption. But again, who I am as a person, my struggles, what I've overcome, the good, the bad, and the ugly, Like I said, especially when I was dating, I was open about all that because I didn't want to be that case where it's like, yeah, you into somebody, you find out all the stuff drama later on. It's like, look, I'd rather you know relatively early who I am and what I've overcome, and if you want to rock with that, then stay. But I don't want you building your hopes up to say, oh, I thought you were this or that or whatever, and then all the dirt comes out. It's like, what did I marry into? So generally, like I said, day to day, yes. But again, security information or things that can be used against me, a lot of that stuff, financial information and whatnot. Yeah, all that stays private, obviously. But as far as my life, who I am, who is Paul Bennett as a person, I'm pretty transparent about that. And at this point, I don't care what you may think of me afterwards, but I'm gonna be 100%, and nothing's fabricated over here. So
I agree with that one. I actually agree with that one.
I'm a little in a hybrid with you, Paul. Like with when I first meet people, I don't give them everything at once. I kind of like slowly let 'em earn that trust to open up with them. But in my professional life, I used to be open for everything. Now I keep my personal life personal and my business life business, if that makes sense.
no, at least if you could drill down a little deeper on that.
Okay, so when I mean my business life business, when I'm at work, people don't need to know my personal life outside of work.
Mhm.
So what's going on in my private life? Some things my bosses don't because it might affect my work schedule, like my mother's health and all that stuff. But
Mhm.
I don't get into too to nitty gritty, if that makes sense. Know they're not.
Are you asked or you just? Because I mean, there's a difference between like if someone asks you a question or something comes up, hey, where you from, with your background, or whatever.
Oh
You're
yeah,
just
yeah,
having
no,
a
no, that's
conversation with
that.
somebody.
Yeah, that's different. I'm talking about like more private stuff, like my mother's health conditions, like her cancer, for example. Like I won't just disclose that because that's not their business. I will disclose like to my
Of
boss,
course
listen,
not.
mom, mom has an appointment. I might be late today on next Friday for work, or I gotta leave for a few hours and come back, or whatever the case is. That I will be very private about with my staff, but with my boss, I will be transparent, if that makes sense.
Right, but I guess the question, what you just said, is no one's business. Why is that even a comment or a question? Of course, it's no one's business. When I have a conversation, I don't like I said, I don't go into conversations like that. If it's something I don't feel comfortable disclosing, I'll tell you. But I don't go into a situation, say, okay, it's none of your business. Then maybe we don't have anything to talk about. But again, I'm not the fact. Again, you're having an exchange, you're having a dialogue, you're getting to know someone. You share at your pleasure. But I just think that attitude, oh, well, it's none of your business or whatever. Again, I'm going to ask some questions. At least, if not to you directly, then in my mind. A lot of people who say that is because they're either ashamed of something or they haven't dealt with something. And again, if that's you, then fine. But that to me, that's just that's not an open um, exchange. So I'm not. I guess I don't think that's like that's not the first thing that comes to my mind. It's no one's business or whatever. Well, one, no one asked. But again, if we're gonna have a conversation, transparency or whatever, then let's have a conversation then. But if you don't want to talk, then that's fine too. We don't have to. But I just think that's just bad energy when I hear that. Oh well, it's none of your business. It's okay. Then why'd you want to talk? Like I said, I didn't. Oh, I'm so disappointed in you, Anton. I'm really disappointed with you, sir. I'm gonna take away a blur point for that transgression there. But yeah, I mean that's kind of how I feel about it. Again, I think a lot of things you don't want told is because you don't want to be judged on whatever it is that you're telling. And I'm like I said, I'm to the point now where it's like I don't care what you know or how you feel about it. You know, like I said, I don't go into the office and say, "Hey, guess what happened to me today?" I don't do that. But if we're gonna have an honest conversation, and if there's areas of commonality, or if it fits within the conversation that we're having, then sure, I'll share it with you. I mean, what's gonna happen?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not running for office. So, but these days, it doesn't matter what your background is. We have someone in the office now. It doesn't matter what you've done in the past. If people rock with you, they rock with you. So even that, it's almost to a point now you can't even use that as an excuse anymore. The idea of your past being a little bit messy, a little bit ugly, or you have a record or something like that. Like, to a lot of people, it's like, so what? In fact, a lot of those people, I find this interesting that a lot of people who live that kind of open, I don't care mindset, for some reason, the bullets don't hurt them as much, or the criticism doesn't hurt them as much. It's like if you know, like, you're a rude person, there's some, or just a very maybe rude is not the right word, but again, a very open, a transparent person, just tell it like it is type of person. How in a lot of ways you're more respected. But if you are kind of like aloof, people don't know kind of where you are or whatever, or people may or think that you're trying to portray an image. Then as soon as that mask gets you get unmasked, then people call you fake, you're this, you're that, or whatever, or you're two-faced or something like that. But some people, they just come out the gate just being, and you just accept, oh, that's just who it is. That's my crazy uncle. He'll say anything. That's my crazy aunt. She'll say anything. And you just accept it. It's like it doesn't affect, I guess, your relation or interaction with them one way or another. So again, I think those type of people, again, if it's genuine, because you do have people like the shock jocks, and you do have people who get up here, what we call in this space cap. You have a lot of capping in this space. A lot of people talk with a lot of bluster about stuff that they're doing, and it's all an act. It's all a gimmick. It's grift. It's not genuine. It's not authentic. And it's like, for those people, again, it's a trap, because if you're in that space, if you relent at any time, you get canceled right away. Because the one thing that certainly the social media won't tolerate, YouTube won't tolerate, by and large, is someone who's fake.
Absolutely.
If you can't be 100%, if that gets found out, you're gone.
You're screwed. Plus lawsuits.
Right. So my thing is just keep it 100 as much as possible. And part of that 100 is being transparent. And give people, and I think one thing about me is, certainly over time, I think I have more faith in people than maybe others, or I think that other people don't trust people enough with information. Like, we see it all the time in sports, right?
Yeah.
Guy gets busted for steroid use, or whatever it is. It is like almost impossible for those guys to say, "Yep, I did it. I got caught. I got busted. I confess. I'm sorry." But they just keep fighting it and digging a hole. Remember I said a couple of weeks ago, if you're in a hole, stop digging. But because you got yourself into a situation, you stuck your foot in your mouth, you can't go back on what you said because you're afraid of how it's going to be perceived. And now you just dig a deeper hole for yourself.
I know that feeling.
So my thing is, just own your stuff. If I made a mistake, I own it.
Ouch.
And just leave it alone. But no, you want to dig in and just fight and then drag stuff out. And then at the end of the day, you're going to be destroyed anyway. But I think for a lot of these athletes who got suspended or banned from sports, I think Anton was talking about Lance Armstrong a couple weeks ago.
I believe so.
If he would have just came out and fessed up, yes, I did it. Took a fine or suspension, a year off or something like that, and just took his punishment. He might have been out for a year, paid a fine, but he would have been back. Now he's a 7-time Tour de France winner, and is like his whole record gets expunged because he simply couldn't let the lie go or be transparent about what he actually did. You got guys who are eligible for the Baseball Hall of Fame, Mark McGwire, and all these guys who were, heroes, legends. That guy saved baseball. The home run chase of 1998, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, it saved baseball's coming off the strike year in 94, and the game was slow to kind of get the attendance, to get the hype back. Mark McGwire goes on a 60 home run chase. Him and Sammy Sosa going back to back. It was like they would break network TV to go to the game just to show you, okay, he's looking for a home run number 61 to break the record, or 62 to break the record. And everything would stop in order to go to that game. He brought fans back to the game. Did he do steroids? Yeah. But you can't say that you can't take away the feeling that he gave you when he was doing all that stuff. And if he would have just fessed up and said, I am sorry. Pete Rose is probably the biggest example of that. Yes, Pete Rose. Pete Rose, by any measure, should be in the Hall of Fame. Case closed. But he did the one thing that you're not allowed to do. He gambled on baseball, which is an automatic. It's in the rule book. It's an automatic ban. But they were willing to work with him. If you just fess up and say, I did it, yeah, we'll slap you around a little bit, but you get in. He should have been in the Hall of Fame 20 years ago. So again, this idea of privacy, I can appreciate it to some degree, but there's a price to pay for this level of privacy, or things that you should have shared. You say no because that's a private matter, or it's none of your business. Which I've seen some people go up on the podium and go up there and say, oh, it's none of your business what happened. Yeah, I got caught in a scandal or whatever, but you know what? It's none of your business. It doesn't serve you very well.
I agree on that 100%. In some things you should be very open. Like if you get caught doing something like steroids abuse, yeah, say, listen, I fucked up. I apologize. Let's move on. Whatever. That point it cannot be privacy. That has to be transparent at that point.
Right. But I'm saying, since this is a versus show,
yeah, of course.
We're saying what's better. Like I said, I'm not saying that there aren't times in places where privacy is required. Medical information, financial information,
Correct.
Things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Obviously there's a time and place for that, depending on who you're dealing with. Obviously, you got to be transparent with your doctor. That's another thing. I know a lot of people stubborn, especially older people who are stubborn with their health. You have a condition, you're not well. You go to a doctor. They're going to ask you all these questions. And you don't want to talk about what you've been actually doing. Why? Because you're embarrassed about it. Like I said, a lot of that privacy stuff and all that is coming out of embarrassment. It's not coming out of something that is practical. It is pride. You're not square with the doctor. You give the doctor bad information. It's like a computer. Bad information in, bad information is coming out. Have you been practicing a lifestyle? I got all these symptoms. Oh, what is your sexual history? How many partners have you been with? What kind of lifestyle are you living? Are you going to be open and transparent about that? Or are you going to downplay it because you don't want to make it sound like you've been a hoe out here? Certain things you got to be, same thing with a lawyer. You want a lawyer to defend you. You better tell that lawyer everything. Because the last thing you want, you get up on cross-examination and the other lawyer starts to grill you and some stuff comes out. You're the lawyer for the defense. And you be like, oh, snap. Judge, can we talk? My client didn't share that with me. I had no idea. But the other lawyers, they got all the tea. They got all the dirt. So again, you didn't affect anything by maintaining privacy. So again, if you're gonna have me choose between one or the other, I'm gonna choose transparency. There's freedom in transparency, and you're more likely to get a better result when you are transparent.
That's true.
But keeping secrets and all this kind of stuff, family secrets, family history, all that kind of stuff, at the end, it doesn't serve anybody well.
I stand by that.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I have no pushback either. Because if you're not, it's a fine line with privacy and transparency, I believe. Can you agree with that, Paul?
No, I don't think it's a fine line at all. I think they're very different things. But the idea here is, again, we're talking about outcomes. What outcome do you want? And again, if you're going to be transparent, again, there's degrees. I mean, it's almost like a scale, right? You could be 90%, you can be 75% transparent. Is that going to get you the result that you want? Like I said, with a lawyer, if you give your lawyer 75% of the truth, it's the other team's obligation to find that 25% that was not shared, so they can use it against you in a court. So it's about the outcome and also the intention. And like I said, more times than not, privacy is about fear. Privacy is about not being vulnerable. But fear can be it's a natural thing for us, but it can also be a blocker to your blessings. And you're not being honest, again, with the person that you're dealing with, especially in dating. Like I said, I believe in a certain level of transparency up front because I don't want to waste all my time or all my money. We just had on the Gray Area show, the cost of dating.
Oh.
I don't want to be spending my money on somebody and she's telling me something and she's not keeping it 100. It's like, oh, you got 3 kids by 3 baby daddies? And I'm finding this out after I've been with you for about 3 months and you didn't say anything. Well, I was afraid what you'd say. So you wanted to get my feelings involved. So before I left you. No, I'm giving that information up front. No, I got kids by 3 baby dads. I made a lot of mistakes when I was young. So what that also does is that then puts it back on you. That takes the load off of me and now it's in your court. Do you want to deal with someone like me? And if you don't, I totally understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. The AIDS. Yeah, people were wilding out in the 80s. If you saw like Freddie Mercury from Queen, he was a Randy, as they say in the UK. He was a real Randy.
We don't say that. Never have done.
Randy?
Yeah, we never said it.
That is a British slang word, man. You can look that
We've
up.
never ever said that.
Okay, maybe in the other parts of Britain, but he was a real. So what do you say? What do you say for a man who or person who is very promiscuous? What do you say there?
Horny.
Okay, well he was a horny toad
He was a horny
back in the
bastard.
day, and he would anything, men, women, he was into everything. And when AIDS
Yeah.
broke out or whatever, he was like a poster child for AIDS.
I'll tell you
And
what.
again, how many people was he transparent with as far as his lifestyle?
The doctors and his group.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the partners that he slept with.
No, never was.
So I mean,
He wasn't very transparent, but
yeah.
he told his group the day.
Although he was
transparent.
transparent with his last partner, the partner that was by his side when he died, he was transparent with him.
Yep.
And he kept it. And again, it was the same thing. Freddie Mercury. That's right. He kept he was cool with him, and the guy stayed. Whatever you feel about the relationship or all that kind of stuff, that's the point. The thing is, the one person he was transparent with stuck it out with him to the end. Everybody else was a hanger-on, groupie, whatever. As long as the money was coming and the party was going on, yeah, I got all these hanger-ons. But at the end of the day, who's really with you at the end of the day are the ones you kept it 100 with.
Well, I told my other half at the start of the relationship, I told her every little dirty secret I had and everything about my past. Told her I had multiple children. She knows everything, and I married a woman nearly 14 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Still together.
Yeah.
So she knows everything about me. There wasn't much to say about her because she's a goody two-shoes. It's the easiest way to say. But yeah, that Band-Aid was the same year me and Dopey were born.
I mean, Live Aid.
Yeah. I'm talking about you, Peter.
It's about Live Aid 1985.
You've reached
Yeah.
your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
Hell no.
So Pete, let me put it back on you then. Since you're trying to make a case for some privacy. So again, so why is that so important to you, or what is your case? I think I've made the case for transparency. You got to make your case for privacy.
In the past, it has bite me in the ass multiple times.
Yep.
Being too open with people who didn't know me right away. Once they get to know me, then I open up. They just realize, oh, he's not a bad guy. He's been through shit. You know very well, Paul. I've been through my own heartaches, right?
Yeah,
And
sure.
I've been public with the channel, with my ex, and everything I've been through.
Did
Again,
you let him down, Paul?
shut up over there. I'm not against transparency, but I believe it has to slowly open up when it comes to that. At least in your friend circle. I've been very open with the channel. I've been very open with questions, my lifestyle, and everything. But some things I believe do need to say privacy. Like I haven't brought my girlfriend on a screen because that's my private stuff. Because that we haven't hit that, and she's also camera shy. So there's I got two against me there.
So
But-
she.
Shut up. My point is trying to get to is I have nothing against being transparent. But again, it needs to happen over time. That's why I said pick privacy first before that happens.
But when you say, like, that's what I was saying there. I think it depends on the situation. Like,
Mhm.
if you're talking about dating, or friendships, and dating, and to me, dating is very different from friendships. I certainly understand the idea of wanting to take your time or not spilling all your your secrets to some people who may or may not be friends, what are people you're just looking to know. But I think in dating, because of the urgency of it, the possibility, and the risk down the line, the fact that that you really could be really locking up with someone physically and otherwise, I think there's more of an urgency there to be more transparent then versus just casual people or colleagues or something like that. I just think that it's important because, again, you're basically embarking on an endeavor where you may be spending the rest of your life with someone. I mean, work, a job, or whatever. You might be there for now. You could be with another job for 6 months from now. It's not it's not guaranteed. But when you're talking about dating, or especially if you're looking for a marital situation, you're looking for a very specific and very private. To use the word that with the show, you are looking for a very private kind of situation. But the only way to get that is that I think you have to be a bit public, or at least I think you have to be transparent.
Yeah. All right, Paul. Before we move on, let's get this person in here. She hasn't been on for a while, so let's get her in here.
Oh my God. Hi.
Hi, how are
Hi.
you?
I'm
How are you?
good.
I was
I'm good.
enjoying that.
What's your first language?
My first language?
Yeah.
I
doctor?
mean, what is that?
Which doctor? Your first language is which doctor?
No.
Yeah,
No, I'm
I
sorry. What do you
mean,
speak? Like your mother tongue? What's your mother?
my mother tongue is Serbian, but I speak more English. But now it's been a long time since I speak that.
Oh, okay. So
So I know,
I was going to ask you to teach me how to say hello
yeah.
in Serbian, but
So
I don't know if you do.
it's been,
Is it worth it at this time?
oh, it's hello, it's zdravo.
Zaravo?
Yeah, you
Hello?
sit there.
Okay, I'm sorry because I thought I was frozen or something.
Mhm.
No, you're
Because
good.
I see, yeah, because can you rephrase the question? Because I see it says transparency versus privacy.
Yeah. So first of all, Mariana, before we get you on, first of all, welcome back. It's been a while.
Thank you.
Second, the question tonight for the show
Mm-hmm.
is you can pick either side you want, it's fine.
Okay.
Privacy versus transparency. Which side are you on and why?
For me, I would say privacy.
All right, can you explain why, please?
I mean, I'm like a little both sides, privacy and transparency. Privacy, I'm not, let's say, for instance, I know I'm gonna get hit on this one. Let's say personal life, where I don't want people to follow me where I'm doing. Like by the time I leave, or by the time I, doing, let's say, taking my nephew to the school. Like not everybody needs to know what I do. I mean, certain things, like I notice, I'm talking about for ordinary person. I'm not talking about celebrities. Like, they film themselves the direction where they're going here and there, but then, this is getting chaotic, but whole different subject. I rather keep my, let's say if I want to do something better to succeed, whatever the case is, I like to keep things private. And then once I accomplish it, then I reveal it. But I don't like to reveal everything. Oh, let's say for instance, I want to get a car. I'm not going to reveal it too soon. Like I rather like work on it till or it's certain things that you want to accomplish. It's better off keep it private to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's like almost like, oh, I'm dating someone, but you mention too soon, and then you realize, okay, it's never good to too soon. It's better off working on it, something that you don't want to kind of expose it. So I'm more into privacy, because of course you have, individuals don't mean good for. You have people that's going to be cheering, and then some people don't cheer. But it's better off keeping your personal life private, I would say. Um,
I did.
and overall, and go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was going to say I did different. I told my missus everything on day one, and she's still with me today.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm talking about in like I will tell later on. Like I will tell my, for me, I tell my dear loved one because of what happened to me. I'm not going to reveal it on the air. So this is why I want to keep it privacy. I think it's better that way, in my opinion. But everybody has a different output. I mean, I don't like to. For me, I don't like to put my business out there. It's better off to. For me, I like to private. But also, of course, there's certain things you could be. You could speak your opinion. I'd rather be, transparent. But for your life overall, or maybe some people think that, oh, you too closed off, but I'm not gonna reveal every angle where I do in my life from the time I get up and the time I'm heading to bed. I mean, everybody's different. So if you want to reveal to the ones you care, that's different. But I like to keep my life in private, if that makes sense.
Makes 100% sense to me, but it has to make sense to you.
Yeah, yeah. Because not everybody needs to know your business either. Oh, like for instance, where you going, who you seen, where you get that car, where you got that house, who you're friends with, like 100 million questions. Like nobody
Mhm.
needs to know everybody's business. So it's like you're not my parent or you're not my, relative, whatever the case is. It's like I don't need to answer to
But
you.
I guess the question I would have is, what's the dynamic of the relationship with this person who you're interacting with? What
I'm sorry,
significance
repeat.
does this person? What's the relationship with the person who you're having this exchange with, where you would have to say something like that?
Would be my significant other, your boyfriend, could be my sibling. Like I will exchange, but of course, you don't want to reveal it too soon. If you were, let's say, if I was dating with somebody, like, but it can't, like little by little, like after 3 months. I don't want to do it like right off, like oh,
But
just to let
what would
you.
be, I guess, in your mind? Like, can you give an example of? Okay,
Mhm.
so since you mentioned dating, right? You said,
Mhm.
in fact, you said someone that you are dating.
Mhm.
So what would be a question?
Mhm.
And again, I know you wouldn't mind being married. So again, this is
Mhm.
something. This isn't just someone you just hanging out with.
Yeah.
This is hopefully somebody you hope this is going to lead to something. So
Yeah.
what kind of question that they're going to ask you that would be so off-putting to say, "Oh, that's none of your business"? If in fact, if the
Yeah.
goal in mind
Mhm.
is to see, is this someone who I want to
Mhm.
bond with?
Yeah.
So I'm just asking, so what question could be off limits so early? And you're saying up to 3 months into the relationship. So let's say it's month 2 in the relationship. You
Mhm.
guys are having a conversation.
Mhm.
He asks you a question.
Mhm.
Now, again, I get it, as I said earlier. If he's
Mhm.
asking you for your social security number, if he's asking you for your credit card information, I get that.
Yeah.
If he's asking for your passwords, I get that.
Mhm.
But, and you can say, look, that's for my husband.
Mhm.
To get that information. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I mean, that's, you got to put a ring on my finger before you get that kind of information. And that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
But what other, from the vibe I'm getting, what questions could be so um um
Turn off.
triggering, if you will, to say
Triggering.
that, yeah, that's it. Oh, it's none of your business yet. I mean, especially if, I mean, do you want to ride or die with this guy or not? I mean,
I am. That's the thing. I'm trying to think. Gonna ask me, oh, why your I don't know. Maybe why your family's so dysfunctional. I mean, I don't know. That could be. Or
yeah, because, and yeah, and
or
I would ask that. Yeah.
maybe that that would put me
So that's,
off.
yeah, like I
Like
said, fine.
like too like
Like I said,
what do you
fine.
care about my
We're aligned.
finances? Like I don't know. Like I don't know even
Like
know.
I said, I mean,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That makes sense. Finances,
Yeah.
specific finance questions in
Yeah.
terms of how much you make, or like I said, credit card information, all that makes sense. Social security number, that makes sense. Specific what medications you're on, that makes sense to an extent. But is it wrong to ask what are your financial values? Is that a better question? Or if you have a if you have you ever been in trouble criminally with with the courts? Have you ever been arrested, or do you have a? I mean, again, if you're talking about in the dating space, and I have very specific goals that I have in mind, I think there's certain questions that I shouldn't be with you for 3 or 4 months and then find them out, and now I'm in a conflict because I'm kind of feeling you right now, and now you're gonna drop this on me, and I'm gonna be like, oh,
Yeah.
I just think that and if it does come to that, then basically you just wasted 3 months.
Yeah.
So why not get the hard stuff off the table
Yeah.
and see, okay, now are we going to go out again? Are we going to try to do something or not? If you have a dysfunctional family in a marriage, that's essential, right? I mean, because
Yeah.
he's going to be marrying into that family. He's going
Yeah.
to be dealing with stuff and maybe his family's dysfunctional too. And both of you can have that exchange, and you might find yourselves in that conversation more alike than not.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
come to the conclusion, I think we can do this because we can relate to one another. We understand.
Yeah.
But what use is to keep stuff like that secret or private, knowing that it could potentially be a problem later? Like I said, start the show with. For a lot of people, I'm not saying everything, the categories that I mentioned earlier, I don't think anyone's going to disagree on those. But these other things, it's either because you're sensitive to it or you're embarrassed by it. And you don't want, again, you're just too prideful to let that be known. But pride will kill a lot of relationships. So that's my thing, and I don't know if she's still on. She can hear me, but
I
that's
think
my
she's
thing.
having a Wi-Fi problem.
Yeah,
No, she's
But
dropped off again. Let me remove
yeah,
that.
yeah. But that's my thing. It's like if we gonna try to do something, then I think keeping it a buck and keeping it very early. Like I said, in my dating, I wanted to meet the family relatively quickly. But then the first week or two, I got no problem meeting your family because I want to know who the crazy ones are, who the ones that got records, who the ones I got to watch my back on. I want to know all of that. Because me, I'm a kind of all in type of guy. When I go in, when I'm with you, I'm with you. And if there's something I need to know, then we need to have that. We need to have that. Again, we need to have that
Heart to heart.
Yeah, because it's gonna come up. I mean, it's gonna be there. You're just delaying because you like the person and you just don't want to drive them away. But I think if for anything to last, you got to be willing to let something go. If you really want it to stick around, otherwise it's just conditional. So yeah. So So her case, her examples. I mean, that's even more so why I'm on team transparent. Because again, all you're doing is just delaying the inevitable. But maybe you felt it hard. Well, it took me a while to find this guy. And I don't want to just go back on the app and swipe left or swipe right again. So I think I'm gonna stay with him, or see maybe something happens, or maybe he finds me so incredible that it doesn't matter when I do tell him. He's gonna be so in love with me that it's not gonna matter anymore. And some people, unfortunately, operate like that. but it's not the reality. It's not the truth. And again, what is there for the foundation of your relationship? You're building it on your representative. You're not building it on the person. Most people, when you meet them for the first time, you're sending your representative. And so for me, like I said, there's a freedom when you operate on those terms. People know what you're saying. People know where you're coming from. You got me going there.
What the fuck was that? Just
That's
gave me a
me
mini.
working on the new intro for our new show in the background, and I forgot to tell the volume like a moron.
That
So I want to
that ga-
apologize. My bad, guys.
gave me a heart attack.
What
So
hard?
so yeah, so that's again, I think that's why yeah, Marianne, you did. So hopefully you can come back into the hopefully into the show. But I'm glad she came on for that exchange, because again, that's more times that's where I see people at. You're talking about you're gonna keep private for 3 months with a person that you're dating to let them know the inner workings or the family dynamic or what have you. That's You're taking a risk there, you know.
Taking a huge risk, I think.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm pro, privacy, but I wouldn't wait 3 months to start opening up. You know what I'm saying? I'll be open up after a few weeks, tops on a high end. I'm not against transparency, like I said. I just think it needs to happen slowly.
Mhm.
I can't even if I told you everything you know about me now, and the first time we met, Paul, you'd be like, "Oh, that's a little creepy out here." You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I mean, I would know what I'd be dealing with. And like I said, the same question would be on me. Is he that crazy? I don't need to be around this person or what have you. No, I know who you
Oh,
are.
Paul, you know I am that crazy.
I'm just saying the idea here is, again, I'd rather know who I'm dealing with than not. And let the decision be mine in terms of whether or not I want to proceed with that. I think that's respectful when you do that. So yeah, I mean, it's I just think it doesn't, and even a few weeks again, to an extent that bothers me. A few now, I think there's something I would also say, and again, this is nuanced. There's also, I think, a difference between transparency and, again, disclosure. I think all of your disclosures need to be 100% honest. But when to say it, that's a gray area. We can debate that a little bit. But I think, but disclosure, there should never be a debate. Whatever, if it comes out of your mouth, it should be 100% factual, 100% true. But do you have to say everything on the first? And again, especially if you eat for a coffee date or whatever, you share enough to see if you want to go either like on a full date or another date or what have you. There's nothing, certainly there's nothing wrong with that. Because again, if you did tell your whole story or whatever, then yeah, you'll be there for hours. You know what I'm saying? So, so time may not permit for that. But you share enough. And again, a lot of that's going to be based on, and again, I asked this question. You guys got on me a few months ago when I talk about you should know within 6 months whether or not you should marry somebody. And you guys climbed all over me for that. But I'm asking the question, what have you guys been talking about for 6 months? To the extent that you don't know whether or not you want to marry this person or not. If you're talking dating 6 months, seriously, you're probably talking at least once a day, at least. So that's 180 days. And I ask you, okay, you guys thinking about marriage or whatever. It's like, oh, we're still getting to know each other. What have you been talking about for 180 days? Is it anything of substance? Or you guys just messing around? Again, it shouldn't take more than 6 months to know. Yeah, I want to sign up with this or not. And if it's still not a go after 6 months, I see no reason to stay. And that's for anybody. If you're really moving with intent, you should know them well enough to see, do I want to make the next move with this person? But to waste time with someone for a whole year and you say you barely know who they are. What are you guys doing? Especially if you're older. Now, if you're 20, 18, 19, 21, okay. But I mean, you 30, 35 years old? You would think your time is more valuable than that. Why are you wasting time with people who you barely know, or for some reason there's no urgency in getting to know them? So yeah, so I'll stick to my guns on that one. At 6 months, you should know, yeah, I want to marry this person or not. I knew I was going to marry my wife after 3.
I knew my first day.
And it doesn't need to be there, but it's like, oh, it takes time to get to know someone, and that's dangerous and all that. Again, what have you been talking about?
Everything and anything.
Yeah, I know, Craig. Yeah, I mean, we're on the same page there, but I'm just saying, so many people waste their time.
Yeah, totally agree. But I was spending every single day, every single minute with her.
There you go.
So we got to know each other pretty well. I'm not going into that story, but yeah.
It just, you know how I feel about it. I don't think day one you can know somebody you want to marry on day one. It takes time.
You do if there's a spark between you.
The spark is sexual.
It wasn't a sexual
It's
spark.
not marriage material.
Sexual ain't got nothing to do with it.
Has everything to do with it.
You know the reason why with her.
I understand that, Paul. Greg. Sorry, Paul. I didn't mean to offend you like that.
Damn you.
What? Offend what?
No, I called Greg Paul by accident. I didn't mean to offend you like that.
Hey, I'm not bald. I've got hair.
That was very offensive.
Yeah, I didn't mean to offend you, Paul. I'm sorry. But
Oh my
point
god,
is-
look at that smile. It just makes the room brighten up.
Oh gosh.
Nah.
But seriously, Greg, I'm being serious right now with you.
Yeah.
The day one is all sexual. You do not know you love somebody on day one. Even Paul probably agree on that.
Bro, I
Yeah.
was
So my wife and I,
absolutely
we didn't vibe day one. You know what I'm
You
saying?
hated
It
her. I
wasn't-
remember correctly.
She was very rude. I mean, it wasn't like, nah, she was just very off-putting and just meh. I mean, she just, whatever. So now I wasn't feeling her like that at all. I had to be threatened in order to go out with her. So I mean,
Her father wasn't threatening you with a double barrel shotgun, was he?
nah. This was her coworker was like, you better take that girl out. So she came with the threats.
Holy
She came
shit.
with the heat, didn't she?
And this woman's 6'2". She was a former professional basketball player in Europe. This is before the WNBA. And she played in Europe basketball. She knew Michael Jordan. She played for University of North Carolina, and she knew Michael Jordan.
Welcome back, sweetheart.
But
Thank you.
where I'm my point. Hey, Marianne.
Hey.
Welcome back. My point is trying to get to you, Greg. This goes very well what we're talking about transparency with privacy too. It's you cannot know you love somebody on the first love at first sight. That is a fairy tale. That is such a fairy tale bullshit. You're blowing up my ass right now. I'm sorry to tell you that, dude. I love you to death. Day one, it was all you were attracted to her physically.
How could I
cannot
be
deny-
physically attracted to her when I was half cut?
You have what?
When I was half cut, drunk.
Oh,
When you're drunk, you're more physically attracted to somebody, dude. This is why people hook up mostly when they're drunk.
Oh no, mine was different. You already know my story, Peter.
And I understand that. I'm not trying to put that out there. That is your business to put out there.
Mm.
But what I'm saying to you right now, at this moment, at US, was it 10:32 p.m. at this date, is saying when you're drinking, A, you will get more sexual, and B, it was all physical the first day.
Mm.
There is no way in fucking hell you're telling me in 40 years of my life on this fucking planet saying I have you said I have a love at first sight. You saw the stars. Like even the witch doctor down there doesn't have a spell for that for me down for that.
I think she's got a soft spot for you. Oh shit!
Oh, back me up, dude. Back me up on this one.
No, I don't know if I would agree with that because you're saying it's sexual, right? But again, especially if you're someone who's sexual before marriage or anything, if you're used to being sexual with people, I think you would know the difference between somebody who's like, "Oh, she looked good. I want to get with her sexually," versus someone you meet and you think, yes, there's certainly a physical attraction there, but also she's different or she's special. I think there is. It's not often, but I do think it happens
There you
where
go.
it goes beyond just because we all know, I mean, just the female anatomy. She could have a brown paper bag on her head. If she's got the body, then it doesn't matter. We gonna be up for that no matter what. So sexual is sexual, but there's something about again her presence, her aura, her femininity, her whatever it is that gets you looking back. You could be in a club. You've been there, Pete. You could be in a club full of women. All of them are dressed like they're in a club. But why does one catch your attention over the others? You could sleep with the others. But why does she get you like that though? I'm saying I'm not saying you're totally wrong or that Craig is wrong, but I do think there's this mix, and you could call it biochemical or whatever. There's a sexual attraction, but there's also something else that just gets you thinking differently. That just plays with the wiring up here. That you looking 2 and 3 times at her, even though there's other women in the room that would just as easily you could strike up a thing with. So I'm not ruling it out, but at the same time, those who are looking for that or thinking, oh, it's got to be love at first sight or whatever, yeah, I think you'll be waning and lacking for a long time if you think that's the norm. It's not normal, but I think it does happen.
I can't get behind that. I cannot get behind that, to be honest with you, Paul.
Okay.
And, you tell me, okay, you're at a club and that one girl stands out because I'm more attracted to her. Yes, I would agree with you. But he's saying I saw her and the room opened up, the lights, like an angel came from the heavens and kind of like, no, I wouldn't. I'm like,
I'm saying, well, maybe not that dramatic, but you've been in clubs, Pete. You got girls all over the place, hot, or you've been to the beach. All these women in bikinis and stuff, and you can look to the left and to the right. You got, I mean, if it was up to you, it's like the pick of the litter. I'll have this one on Monday and this one on Tuesday. But there's one that just does it for you in a way that's different, that goes a bit beyond just the sexual attraction. Now, again, that can be turned off. I mean, you meet her and she, whatever comes out of her mouth or whatever, it's just not a vibe there. But yeah, I do think it is possible, but it's rare. It is very rare. What do you think, Mariana? Do you believe in love at first sight?
Yeah.
Without using witch doctor medication.
No.
I blame her. She actually put a drug in my drink to make me fall in love with Nikki.
Probably.
You possessed me, woman. I want you to reverse it.
You could. I believe there's love first sight, but it's also first thing is physical attraction. That's a whole normal. I will say.
Right.
biology. And but then if it meant to be, it's meant to be. I mean, you could have a physical attraction, but then once the person say things, and then you realize, oh, this is like, it could be a turn off. Like, whoa, I thought this woman is, like, not to talk like all the filth. I mean, sometimes, I mean, I would say some guys find that when girls started to talk like not a ordinary, like not ordinary, like I would say curse up like a pirate, that's a turn off.
Arr.
I'm sorry to say that. I mean, from the
No,
culture that I was grew up,
100%.
according to my father, he say if a woman curse too much, no man want to go to near that type of woman. That's a trashy woman. That's what I've been told. I'm sorry to say. And to this day, it's still, this is coming, I know that's old method, old school, whatever you could call it, but it's a turnoff if a lady talk like that, but sound like more like a guy. Like, what are you, like one of the guys? You have to sound like more like ladylike. So, I mean, yeah, physical attraction, but once this individual open its mouth, okay, let me walk away. That's my opinion. So,
That's a good opinion. I agree with you there.
My one was different. My sexual attraction towards Nikki came later on.
okay.
That's the truth.
I still have a hard time getting behind that and believing that, because if you didn't find her attractive, you wouldn't be talking to her.
Well, you know the reasons why I'm in love with her anyway.
That came out later.
Pardon?
That came later, dude.
No, that came first day.
Hmm.
And I keep going to the same thing I
She
said.
was the only one who I would let in my house, in my flat.
What?
Right? Everyone else I saw as a demon, and she was literally just the only one. Do you know what I mean?
No, I totally get it. You had a connection with her. I'm not disagreeing that you had a connection with her. I'm not going to argue that part. But telling me you were in love with her on day one, first sight, I think you're full of shit.
Everyone can believe what they want to believe. I know what I believe. That's the way I look at it. Everyone's
that's
entitled to their
fine.
opinion, and I'm open for it. But I know what I believe in.
Yeah, that's a tough one to argue, Pete. I mean, I can't, get into his head.
Dude.
Well, let me ask you this: were you? Well, I don't want to get too personal, but did I guess the sexual part, did it happen very quickly? Was it a time off before? Because if you're saying that if it was just purely,
later, the attraction for that.
what's that?
Physically, the physical attraction to do with that came in several weeks later.
Several weeks later, but
Yeah.
the whatever that initial feeling was, that came right away.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to go into details. You guys already know the details on it anyway. So,
Yeah, I can accept that. Like I said, I think it in certain cases it exists. Does it happen all the time? No, but I do think there are times when that where that can happen. Now again, and also even if it is love at first sight, again, does it mean it will last? Because you're talking about a totally different thing when people talk about soulmates. So when you talk about this is the person, whatever. I mean,
Well,
you still have to do the work.
it's the weird thing because when she was heavily pregnant, right, she'd meet. I'd be living at her flat, and she'd be walking from her mum's to the back to her flat, and I'd feel her walking down the road, and I'd be straight down there meeting her. No phone calls, no nothing. I literally just knew that she was walking down the road.
Mhm.
No joke. And I've been with a lot of women over the years, all right, and I've never had that sort of connection with someone ever.
Right.
When she was heavily pregnant, I felt morning sickness. I felt miniature labour pains when she was going into labour. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could You guys could probably think that I'm talking out my ass, but it's the truth.
Again, I
Huh? What the hell happened there?
what are you talking about?
My whole screen just went black, and I just had lost connection. I was like, "What the? Didn't you
Yeah,
get that?"
it's actually a glitch, very glitchy tonight for some reason. But like I said, I again, I get you had a connection with her, falling in love with her at first date. I think you misunderstand, mixing up your feelings there, buddy.
Sexually attracted. I wasn't even sexually attracted to her.
But let me
really
ask this
wasn't.
question to you really fast. I know you said you found your wife rude the first time you met her, but did you find her even physically attractive?
No.
Attractive, yes, but not what I was looking for.
Mhm.
Again, my wife is 5'11". I wanted someone like Mariana's height, like 5'2", 5'3". It wasn't like it. I had a very kind of specific kind of type that I was looking for. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, my wife didn't change her look. Obviously, when we started going out, or when I when I asked her out, she didn't change. But then my gaze got like, oh, she's got the goodies. She's got, yeah, she is attractive. But again, I was so, I had like a type, and that wasn't it. I wrote it in my document. I said I wanted a short woman, maybe 5'4", 5'5" at the most. So I'm looking. So it's like I'm looking down here, and she's like, and I got to look up. It's like, oh, she's right like at my eye level. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like anything else. You ever notice when you want something, like say a car, right? If you get in your mind a certain car that you want, then all of a sudden you start seeing that car everywhere.
Yep.
The car has already been there, but you just everything you got so attuned to it. It just you on the road, you just see the car. When you're walking on the street, you see the car because again, it's in your focus. It's in your attention. I think that's kind of what happened. I wasn't looking for her. Didn't mean that she wasn't attractive, but I wasn't looking for her. But when I decided to pursue her, then she got attractive real quick. So I think that's really where that is. If that answers your question.
Kind of, yes. Because she wasn't the type of woman you're looking for, but you did not find not attractive either.
No, not at all. But she was striking. I mean, like I said, she was 5'11", and like I said, the friend, she's 6'2". I mean, and they're wearing heels, like 2-3-inch heels, so they're like towering. Like the first time I saw them in the corporate building, they're walking to the cafeteria, and I'm like, it's a unicorn. It's like you get these two very tall, dark-skinned black women. The friend, she's dark-skinned also, like my wife. Like, what are they, a basketball team or something? I mean, they're just walking side by side. It's like you don't see that every day. So it was more like it was like a unicorn more so than you kind of jump back a little bit. But like I said, totally off the radar because she was, like I said, she was much, she was just much, taller than I was ever seeing. In fact, she might have been the tallest. I'm trying to think. Yeah, because I never mess with anybody that tall. So yeah, it was definitely a difference. What's going on, King? Good to get that you that you dropped on in. And the topic tonight is certainly we're talking about again privacy versus transparency. Which is better. I think I'm much more of a transparent guy. I think it allows you to live a freer, more productive life than just over maintaining privacy all the time. I'm not saying that there aren't cases for it, but certainly I would rather be open and transparent especially if you're talking about somebody I'm interested in, putting all my cards on the table relatively up front so no one wastes time. And maybe that could also be in part due to my age. But yeah, but I just don't have a lot of time to waste. So that's why I would kind of lean more on the transparency side. But certainly Mariana, Sparta, they're definitely more on the keeping a bit of privacy, at least for some time, before you let everybody know your business. So that's kind of where the thrust of the conversation is at this point. But again, appreciate you jumping on. But Pete, if you want to,
Yeah,
go
back to
ahead.
like we were saying, with transparency and privacy, that like what Greg's saying before, yes, he opened up people her right away, and he feels like he fell in love with her day one, and I think he's misunderstanding his feelings at the time. Yes, he loves her now. I'm not denying that.
Dude, if I wanted to take my pick of the litter, right, I could have picked her sister, who was much better looking, but I didn't go for looks or sexuality. Yeah, her middle sister, was a mutant. Nikki got a better heart than the rest of them. All right, that's what you need to really know in life. Really, be with someone with their heart because of their heart. Sorry.
Let's just gears for a second here. And when it comes to social media, do you guys believe you should be privacy or transparency?
Privacy.
I'm more transparent. Like I said, I think that um, again, when you live a life that's kind of righteous, I guess to call it that way, there's not a lot you got to be private about. Like everything I do. So I got two basically social media. I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram. My Instagram
Ugh.
page is much more for like fitness and training. Fitness over 50, that's kind of like my handle. So more times than not, I handle things there. On my Facebook, it's more family, friends and family. So again, I'm sharing stuff about my wife, our anniversaries and stuff, my kids, my dog, but that's who I am. Like I'm not posting drama. I'm not trying to be sensational. I'm not trying to create an image of someone that I'm not. I don't use a lot of AI. It's just me and my life and what my wife and I are doing. I don't post a lot of memes or copying what someone else said. I don't do that a whole lot. A lot of the thoughts that I post are my own. And again, I got nothing to be I have nothing to be ashamed of. I don't put anything up there that I wouldn't be ashamed, but I don't live that kind of life for the most part, period.
So you're saying basically if you're transparent on Instagram and Facebook, yeah? But would you put things about your marriage and stuff like that on Facebook?
Yeah, I do all the time. You go back and look at my page. I mean,
I don't really go on people's pages.
right.
So,
But if I'm saying if you did, you would see it. But again, we're now my wife. I'll say this: my wife is more private than I am. I will say that.
what I was more getting at, I'm talking about the arguments, that sort of thing.
We
Would you
don't
put
have a
that?
lot of arguments.
No, I'm just saying.
That's
But would you do that?
no,
That's
probably
privacy.
not. But
I
again,
wouldn't.
I wouldn't know until I was there because again, we don't argue.
All right.
So again, I don't like I said, feel the need to have to be so private. Like I said, go to my LinkedIn, go to my Facebook, go to my Instagram. I'm the same handle. I don't have, like I said, I don't have some special Dragon Force 1969 kind of thing. I'm not that, I don't have an alter ego. I'm Clark Kent on every platform. So my thing, now the employers, they're checking your social media.
Yeah.
If you want to work for a high end corporation, no, they're gonna do a lookup of you and see anything that you've said or anything that you've done.
Yeah,
They're
I
checking
won't get employed
YouTube.
then.
And that's one of the reasons. Again, there's certain things I don't do. That's one of the reasons I don't swear. I don't swear in my personal life either. But even when I'm on these panels, everyone else could be doing whatever, but you'll never see me doing it because I don't do it in my personal life. So again, that level of transparency is kind of across the board, and it is very freeing. So, like I said, if I did have a double life, that takes a lot of work in order to. I think I lost for a second.
Yeah, StreamYard's being a bitch.
But that takes a lot of work,
Restream.
and I just don't have that kind of time.
Did you get a complete blank screen with a little yellow light?
Yeah,
Simon?
I did.
That's what I just had.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's glitching for some reason. Really bad. I don't know why.
Maybe we should get out while the going is good. Maybe we should get out while the going is good and do a little bit early. I don't know. Before we get cut off completely. Oh, nice. Nice car.
Oh, that's a full Capri. It's my dream car to have.
Very nice.
1978, 1979.
Yep,
like
looks it. Yep.
Back end's too light. Try and take a corner at speed. Your back end kicks
Paul,
right
are
off.
you saying to me right now a relationship can survive without privacy?
Can a relationship survive without privacy? Yeah, I think it's more likely to survive without privacy.
And that part I agree.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, my wife, she knows me just about as good as anybody. Like I said, there's no secrets. She has all my passwords. She has all my credit cards. She knows where stuff is. I mean, I don't, like I said, there's nothing to really discuss. The only thing I keep private is things. If someone tells me something that they request that stays private, I keep it private. If she asks me about something or someone, I'll be like, look, they wanted me to keep it private, and I'm going to keep it private. That's it. If you told me something that you didn't want shared with anybody, I would take that also to be my wife. And I would take it to my grave. But outside of that, yeah, we're pretty transparent. I mean, it's not, sometimes she tries to be a little bit too, I think there should be privacy when you're in the bathroom. That's when you should be private. I'm not one of these dudes. Don't be talking to me. You're on the toilet. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to be around you. Take care of your business and then come back and see me. That, you can be private about that. I don't need to be, hey, Paul, can you come back? I got to talk to you. It's like, you're on the toilet. Talk to me. No, I just want to run something by. He's like, no.
Bro, if I tell you the stories what happened on toilet seats at work, you guys
that's no. Wife or not, no. That is completely out. I don't want to. I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything. I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear the sound of you urinating. I don't want to hear the sound
That's
of
not
you
nice.
passing a number 2. I don't want to hear any of it. No.
That's not nice. That is not nice.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I've had someone do that to me a few days ago, and it's not nice.
No.
To hear.
And I definitely don't want to smell it. I mean, if you, even with the air on and everything, if I got to air out the bathroom for a few minutes or whatever, definitely not.
Light a match.
Dude, like I tell you, people knock on the door all the time. I'm like, hey, Pete, I got a question. Like, can I
Shut
wait on
up.
a fucking
I'm
toilet,
even
dude?
like, even if I'm in a stall at work, whatever, someone calls me, I'm not answering. So I'm private. Yeah, I'm private about that. I won't even text my wife
I'll
back.
give you a
Look,
bad
I'm on
time
a
to tell you
look.
I'll be on
I won't text my wife back and be like, look, I'm on the toilet. I'll call you back in 5 minutes. I don't even tell that. I just don't answer. Let it go to voicemail or whatever, or she'll text me or whatever, and I'll hit you back. But I'm not talking to you while I'm taking care of business.
Probably a bad idea me telling you I've been on the phone with you on a toilet a couple times.
TMI. Nobody wants. No one needs to know that. Nobody wants to know that. That's just foul.
I used to phone
Yes.
my dad out when I used to go for
Now, okay. Score. Check a box. Score point for team privacy. Yes. Yes. All right. You won me over with that one. You gotta check box. Yes. Thank you, Eric. Thank you very much. Uncouth. That's exactly what that is. So no, that one, yes. Those kind of matters, absolutely. But
I'm just saying.
Well, it couldn't be as bad.
Well, you're
as
not
what I
making a
used to
case
do.
for you're not making your case for privacy. I thought you were supposed to be privacy. I would think you'd be private in that area. So you don't want to be private about when you're taking care of your business, but you want to be but you want to be private when it comes to sharing some, I don't know, family information or whatever. You want to be private then.
Mhm.
But you don't want any privacy when it comes to the most personal, intimate thing that
Private.
a human being can do outside of sex. You want to be totally open. Hey, guess what?
Be like, here we go.
I'm done.
Dude, I used to phone up my dad when I used to take a number 2.
What's the
Just
matter
to
with
say,
y'all?
Dad, I need someone to talk to while I'm taking a
What's
dump.
the matter with y'all? Marianne, is it just me? I mean, do you find this uncouth?
I don't know. I think it's a crazy European thing on their end.
I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's. But even your husband, right? You don't want to be talking to your husband when he's on the or you're on the toilet. I mean, you're having a conversation with your husband.
I
I
used
don't
to
want
ask
to do
Nikki to
that.
hold my hand.
Absolutely not.
No. All right. So me and Mariana, this is team toilet up here, and we're team.
So you're saying to me right now,
No.
you've never been
No.
like you're in the middle of
No.
hang on.
No.
You're in the middle of urinating and your wife comes right in like, hey, Paul, by the way.
Well, obviously I can't stop it, but I'd be like, do you mind? Can you step out for a second?
No,
But
I
again,
used to
you
ask-
should hear it.
But I'm saying she hears or not. She walks
No, if
right
she
in there and
hears
goes,
it, she's like, "Up, let me finish."
Well, my missus used to wash her hands in the bathroom while I was on number 2. I used to ask her to hold my hand.
I don't know what's up with you Brits, man.
hey, it's also a good time when you're taking a shit to smoke a cigarette too.
See, this isn't help. All right, this conversation is devolving. You know? It's devolving.
You know, bro.
Like Sir Hale said, this show just took a turn.
Dude,
Yeah.
next time I see your wife is gonna look at me like, shake her head.
Mariana, thank you for coming on tonight. You show me that there's still some common sense and decency in the world. So thank you for thank you for coming up tonight. And,
All right, you know what? King's in the chat. I'm
Yeah, King. Yeah. This is now. See, it's interesting since King and Michelle just moved in together. This is like, okay, so this is an ultimate test or immediate test of their relationship. Now that you're sharing bathroom space, is that an up or down? When someone's taking care of business, yay or nay to convo or in the bathroom at the same time, or whatever, is the bathroom time private, period. Don't be in there unless y'all taking a shower together or something like that, or brushing your teeth or something like together or something. But outside of that, when you're on the throne, that is a personal, private area that nobody, doesn't matter who it is, no one has access to. You won't even talk on the phone with somebody if you're on the. This is for King. I'm asking King here.
I was gonna say, being transparent. I've been on the phone with you, Paul, from Mariana, even King, any CQ when I'm taking a shit.
Yeah, I'm thinking of you. So I'm sorry.
Even my girlfriend. I'm like, she knows I'm in the bathroom. She goes like, "Are you taking a shit again?" Like, yes, I am.
That messes up my vibe, man. I'm sorry. That messes up my vibe. That messes up my
You're
vibe.
disgusting. Sorry.
Totally. Thank you. Show King's comment.
Excuse me
Show
while I
us
push
comment.
this one
Show
out.
King's comment.
I nay. A relaxed kind. She
Yeah.
doesn't mind.
Thank you.
Hey, me no.
Thank you. And she
Well,
doesn't want that of you, right? So again, is it
you're on the phone with
reciprocal, or
Paul.
she's
You're
like,
on the phone with
"Hey,
Paul, you go,
King, I just got to grab some ideas off you or whatnot," and
Peter's sitting on the phone with Paul, right? It's like, excuse me, Paul, whilst I push this one out.
she doesn't mind either way. See, I can't. She doesn't mind either way. No. I'm gonna talk to Michelle about that one. I gotta talk to Michelle. I gotta ask her about that one.
Say good night to these.
I know I can't do this anymore. Oh my god.
Cool, this one.
No, so
be glad. I haven't seen your picture of it.
well, I'm glad that certainly King and Michelle, they seem that to have an understanding, although she wouldn't mind either way. But I'm like, but again, at least she understands King and respects King's wishes, and therefore, so it's not going to be a point of contention in their relationship. It doesn't seem. But I'm just curious if it ever gets to the point, say she says, "Hey, King, I mean, you don't have to go away. Why can't we just talk?" I mean, hopefully she doesn't give you that kind of energy down the line or whatever. But at least you guys have a workable arrangement. But these guys up here, I don't know what to tell you about these guys, man. So,
It's a normal human reaction, Paul. I understand what the problem is.
man, guys used to go into the woods several hundred yards away from their domiciles to take care of their business. That should tell you right there. Just because we built the outhouse in the house, those rules should still be obeyed and applied. You know what I'm saying? So
They should, but they don't. I used to pee at the side of my dad's lorry when he was in the lay-by with like hundreds of cars going past.
That's kind of funny, actually.
I got no words for that.
He's peeing outside, like the guy got like, "Is it fucking raining out here already, Sonny?"
No, my dad used to pull up in a lay-by. He used to go to the side of his trailer. He used to pee up the side of it, and no one could.
All right,
really
so
see
from
what
now,
happened.
all right, so now, Peter, I'm gonna put you on the honor system now. All right. Next time you reach out to me, I'm gonna ask you, are you taking care of business? And I need you to be honest with me. If you are, I'll hit you later. If you don't have the decency to wait until you're done with your business before you get to me, I'm gonna ask now every single time. What are you doing? Are you clean? Are your hands washed?
I don't need my hands. Talk on phone. I got earpods for that.
Are your hands washed? I don't care.
Yeah, but you have to touch your earpods to answer the phone.
That's right.
No, I
Germs
guess my head is motionless.
All right. Just depending if you still got your mobile phone in your hand. or
Yeah,
not.
this. Yeah, it's good now that I think I may sign off a little bit early too. Seriously, I got leg day tomorrow morning, and I
Shit,
need to
this
get
was a
last
dry
meal in
one.
before bed.
All
So
right,
I
you
need
know what?
to-
Let's get our final thoughts in.
yeah, let's get out of here, man. This is going off a cliff. Off of
All right, Greg, you can go first. Paul next. Mariana last.
Keep privacy. Always go for it. But if you're with someone, be open and honest with them. Don't keep nothing private. I'm done. That's it. Sorry. Paul ain't got the words to say anything right now.
I'm really done.
That's the first time. That's the first
got-
time I've ever heard Paul
I got-
gobsmacked.
I got
I never thought I found a day that Paul has no fucking words to say.
Oh, that's just too
Reach your
funny.
limit. I'm thinking.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
you seriously tapping out. I won this match. Okay, go ahead.
Damn, that guy's got
I'm gonna roast Paul when we're done.
Well, since the conversation went to the left field,
Touchdown.
now
Shit.
that's this is definitely I would call it bathroom med wires. Keep it private. Keep it to yourself. Uh, sorry.
Kept
You
it
could be
yourself long enough.
transparent with your loved ones, to your, to your dears, family, closest friends, but when it comes to this, that's private. I don't want
Mm.
I don't need to know who's doing number 1, number 2, whatever the case is. Keep it to yourself and close the door. And have some decency. And that's all I can say.
I
Oh,
don't.
come on. Oh, come on. You've been keeping it to yourself for a long time. You have to get it out and tell someone.
No, I'm talking.
Oh gosh.
Oh my God.
I took a nasty steamer, man. That thing hurt.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
All right, I'm gonna ask you one question, Pete. One
Yeah, go ahead. You want me to send it back next time?
is self soothing. Is it, for you? Is that a private affair?
You mean
Self-soothing. Is that a private affair?
that kind of is actually? Yeah, I'll give you that.
Is that some? Okay, we got all right. So I get 1 point back then, because I was saying if you gave me that one, then there's no hope for you then. But
No hope for
all
me
right,
either
so
way.
so I got him.
I totally agree with that one.
I got
Oh,
2
my
points.
Lord.
Then. Oh, just come on in. Just have a conversation. Oh man, get us out of here, man. Before this goes for the left, man. Please get us out. Cue the
I got one
music.
thing for you, Paul.
Cue the music.
Next time,
please.
I'm thinking of that. Do you want me to FaceTime you?
No.
See Peter's fucking pooing face.
You just. I'm not answering anymore though. I'm like, text me ahead of time, and I'm gonna be like, what are you doing? And if you lie to me, then
Thinking of you hard, Paul.
that's gonna be God's gonna have something for you. Yes, King. We try to keep it PG. At least I try to keep it PG on this
I
show.
don't do PG shit.
So if my angry translator, if you wanna
No, seriously, that is the first time I've ever seen Paul gobsmacked. Seriously,
yeah,
ever.
this is yeah. All right, I'm going off camera, guys.
Let me go over the schedule and we get out of here, guys. All right, tomorrow night we have a special edition Operation Hangout where a special guest. You want to try to pronounce this last guy's last name because I've been butchering it last time.
Actually, I was looking for it. Did you send the you sent the
I just sent all the information. I sent it
you
over.
just sent the info. You just sent the information back. So let me. I got to go back and look at it.
Go to your Facebook.
Okay. It's either Michael Tove or Michael Tove.
Yeah, I don't want to butcher the poor guy's name. He's going to
Yeah, so I'll do some research on it tomorrow, and I'll get the I'll have the name right by then. But yes, tomorrow night, he's got it now. But yes, definitely looking forward to the show tomorrow night, special edition show, and then Thursday night, next gen training, anger management part 2. Certainly looking forward to that self-assessment part of the conversation. So definitely looking forward to that Thursday 9:30 on the Smart Issue Network.
Let me know what you think about the thumbnail. I did something a little creative this time.
Okay.
So and on Saturday we're gonna be talking about Claws Out, the Power and the Legend of the Wolverine. Is something that I kind of grew up on Ruling. He's one of my favorite X-Men characters I've grown up. Who didn't like him? He has cigar smoker, he has claws, and he can kick ass.
Too right.
And next week on we having a open mic on the gray area this week. So
Yes.
you guys to talk shit. Bring it.
That's
Bring it. I promise I'll do it from the toilet this time if you bring it. And next week on Tuesday on Spartan Arena, we're gonna be talking about AI versus human, the creative. It's gonna be an interesting conversation. Now I tell you that much. Except that, guys, this was a Spartan HQ Network. I am the Spartan. He is Greg, my man Paul, my friend, the witch doctor who came from highest back. As always, stay fresh, stay safe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.